Again.
Oh, busy. I know, man. It feels so good to be live. It feels so good to be live tonight. What's up, y'all? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, basically, this isn't going to be a long one. I really want to sit down and do a nice long live stream, but we've been getting the end of a story put together. The story that all of you have been talking about. The story all of us have brought up. The thing that I call versus mode, Steve versus Katie, or non sequitur versus without a crystal ball. That story has hit its ending, it seems. I'm going to talk about that, but honestly, it's been too long, and I want to get back to some really cool shit that I've seen happening on YouTube, because typically, that's what I talk about every night. Cool shit that I find out on the internet and out on YouTube. So, anyway, thanks for stopping by. This is UNIRock Live. Tonight, I haven't been putting on too many shows for you. I took a couple days off for Christmas, and I hope you forgive me. And then before that, we were dealing with the massive drama that was happening. So, you know, there was a lot of stuff going on to put out edited videos and to track what was happening. And luckily, the situation has diffused itself all in an instant tonight. So, that's a good thing. I think everybody should be happy about that. Is my green screen working now? I haven't used this thing in a while, so sorry. We're going to have to get back into the swing of having a green screen, get back into the swing of everything else we do. But anyway, there's going to be a lot going on. This weekend, Katie is coming on my channel, and I think I'm going on hers. So we're going to do that to give a kind of final discussion on the drama. The drama's over. I need to change my glove, dude. This one glove is too big. Hold up. Got it. Yeah, this whole drama's done, and before we get there, let's actually talk about something normal for a minute. And that'll give people time to show up if they want to come to the live show. Of course, I'll go to the live chat after this. I've also put out a thing to many of the people that want to sit down and talk to me. If you want me to come on your YouTube channel to talk to you, I will. But you have to give me... the first thing I'm doing is talking to this one dude named Heretic, which I promised him I would talk to him. He's first because I promised him first. And then after that, I've had other people like hit me up either on email or whatever. I wrote back somebody today, but I haven't got to the other emails, and I'm going to work on all that. But if you want me on your channel, like I said, you send me any email starting after Christmas on the 26th, which was today. Wait. Is it past midnight yet? It's not. It's 10. Oh, my gosh, we're on early. It's actually late, but still. Starting today at 12:01 a.m., I'm checking all of those emails. Then once they're done, I'm going to hit what I missed when I was on Christmas break. I only took 2 days, but... Hey! That's a dono. Hey, chicken shit. You never showed up to a debate? Is that... Oh, hey! I thought you wanted me to come talk to you. So you better chill out there, big guy. I'll talk about that in a little bit. First, we're going to a debate. You ding dong. It wasn't a debate. I just realized that. You were just supposed to talk to me, you ding dong. I'll worry about that in a minute. So, anyway, let's get into it. Wait, did I get distracted from anything? Well, busy, where was I? What was I going? Oh, yeah. If you want me to come on your show to talk to you, email me. And actually, that's what you should do, ding dong face. He's not going to want to after I call him a ding dong face. This is YouTube. I can't curse. Anyway, so here's what we want to talk about tonight for just a little bit. Wait, let me turn on my chat. Stop everything. I haven't been streaming. I want to turn on my chat. Turn on the chat box, busy. There we go. Wait. Hey, go to the MK Ultra microphone, Biz. Turn on the chat over there, too. Oh, my gosh. Much better. Much better. Okay. Hi, Jesse Bear. Good to see you. All right. Wait, one other room, busy. Check the main room. We good here? We got our chat up? We do? Okay. So, all right. Let's do this like we normally would. So, first things first. Just to get back to normalcy, something really freaking cool happened on the internet. Then I'll get into all that garbage. So we have kind of a battle that's been going on behind the scenes. Normally, I would have been talking about this every night. BlueMarbleScience is a science YouTube channel. He's actually a good friend of our channel right here. And if you're not subbed to him, mods, drop the link to Blue Marble throughout this video, because while we were dealing with all this drama, Blue Marble has been responding to a certain YouTuber saying that the moon and the sun and the earth and all this crap. I think that this guy doing this, which is named That Guy. Hold up. Did we get something in? I don't have my chat up yet. Single, thank you. I will read that out in just a few minutes. I swear I'll get to everything. Thank you, though. Anyway, there was now this is confusing to talk about because the YouTuber who challenged BlueMarbleScience is named That Guy. Some of you know who I'm talking about. Some of you don't. So anyway, here's what ended up happening. And I'm not going to play any of the video because I'm going to do a short live stream tonight. Essentially, a non-science YouTuber named That Guy tried to tell BlueMarbleScience that he was wrong and that the earth and the moon and the sun should not be all visible at the same time. I have no clue what the ding-dong is saying. So when we do our normal long live streams this weekend, we're going to look into this and actually figure it out. Maybe BlueMarbleScience will end up calling in and telling us about it. I don't know. But one thing that's very impressive is that Blue Marble responded to him with not only a program, you know, like Solaria or something like that. He actually responded with an actual model. So let's get through this really, really quick. So he went and made all of this so that he could show That Guy where he was wrong. He kind of dunked on him. Did he seriously put a meme? I got to see this. Hold up. Did he use a meme of dunking on him?
Daylight with room to spare. That guy, it's time to take down your channel, buddy.
Oh, he did. Oh my God, no way, bro. Blue Marble, I had no freaking clue you actually dunked on him. Because after Blue Marble did this, That Guy deleted his channel. As reported by Where's Wally. Check out Wally. Wally, did you tell me? I think Wally told me like earlier before the show. Wally popped in and told me that he did another video. Yeah. He did a video an hour ago. Okay, so we're going to have to take a look at that. Maybe tomorrow also in the live show. Because I want to know what happened. I want to get caught up on the saga of Where's Wally and BlueMarbleScience taking down That Guy's channel. Because it's true. He deleted his shit. Take a look.
G'day everybody, Where's Wally here. Breaking news, That Guy saw the light, deleted himself.
That's the end. There it is from Where's Wally. Let me go ahead and tweet this out because it's too freaking epic. So anyway, if you want to know why is this so epic? Well, because That Guy made a lot of claims and basically said that these two YouTubers were absolutely wrong about everything they were saying. They came back and they proved them wrong. So it's just so freaking awesome. Okay, we'll get into that more tomorrow because I know the real reason why you're here. You know the reason why things have been so hectic lately. So let's get into the ending of Steve McRae versus, without a crystal ball, Leslie Bass, Katie Joy, non sequitur drama. Let's get into the ending because it literally just happened on social media. Now, one thing that shocked me about the situation is that I announced that I was going to be leaving that community, the community surrounding Steve. After this whole thing happened, I announced I was leaving that community. Now, take that as you will. I think it's pretty obvious what I'm saying. I don't plan on ever working with him again. And I'm not going to hold other people accountable for hanging out with him or being near him. I am going to hold the people accountable who participated in the entire drama because I think that's fair. And if you disagree with me, I'm willing to sit down and talk to you. I mean, it's whatever works. I'm open to discussion. I'm open to, feeling this out and seeing what's going on. In the end, though, there's a lot that's been realized because of this whole thing. I'm not going to get into all that tonight. That's for a future video, and it'll be way down the line because, honestly, I'm behind. You know me. I typically upload every day, and I live stream every day. And for the last week, I've been trying to get all this other stuff done with all the drama. I don't know. Oh, my God. Stop. I have to get that song taken off my playlist. That freaking 3-second start of that song probably just lost me my damn monetization for this video, but I think I caught it in time. Let's cross our fingers and hope I caught it in time. Get a different song going, Ding Dong Face. Okay, thanks, Biz. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and give you the ending, and then we'll get into all the other stuff. Let's go. Oh, man, I needed that. So anyway, I'm not going to criticize Steve heavily on this post. I did criticize him heavily on this post on Periscope. If you want to see the Periscope I did on my Twitter before this, at Periscope, at UNIRocktv on Periscope or UNIRocktv on Twitter, you can hear my unfiltered breakdown. But I'm just giving a basic breakdown over here on YouTube until I do my final video. But here we go. So let me read this to you and then I'll tell you what happened. So Steve just posted on Facebook. Oh, by the way, actually, that's not all that happened. He also deleted his Twitter, deleted his Instagram, and maybe some other social media. I could be wrong about the other social media, but here's Facebook. We have a rule within the Great Debate community. When somebody doesn't want to continue a discussion, it is done. Anyone can leave a discussion at any time for any reason. I'm leaving all discussions involving Katie Joy or UNIRock or anyone related. Anything related. I tied up loose ends the best I could. Please don't try to drag me back in. Messaging me to relate to this will go unanswered. Well, I don't mind you taking off from the conversation. We've been having this conversation on social media now for 2 weeks, and we were having the conversation on YouTube up until about a week ago. My last video on this mess is entitled Versus Mode Part 2. Okay, you guys have seen it. It details the thing, in my opinion, and I believe all of you will agree with me. It details the event that is the end point of this whole drama, in my opinion. Versus Mode Part 2, Leslie Bass deletes her channel. Steve McRae loses it. Emperor versus Empire full circle. Big mouthful of a name. Now, this is what I call nuclear Moab. Some of you that have been around here for a long time know what a nuclear Moab is from the perspective of my channel, okay? It's a piece of information or a truth that is nuclear, that goes off and changes the way that everybody looks at a situation, okay? Nobody gets to decide what a Moab is or isn't before it's given out. It actually is a term to make fun of conspiracy theorists. We started to use this term when we debunked the conspiracy of Q, if you've ever heard of that dumb conspiracy. When we debunked it, we stole one of their terms, which was Moab, the mother of all bombs, truth bombs they use, but I just use it to be funny, and it's called a mother of all beans over here. Anyway, yes, this video contains the fact, it contains the event that is the catalyst for this whole thing being exposed for what it really is. And of course, on social media, if there's somebody putting up a front or in a story, if somebody's putting up in a huge front trying to convince people what to think, or lying, or just kind of narrating a story and not necessarily going along with reality, these types of truths will annihilate the whole story. It's why I call it a Moab. This thing did annihilate the story. It has literally made Steve stop attacking Katie, not talk about me anymore, and move on. He's stating he's going to take a break off of social media and YouTube for X amount of time. I don't know how long. You'd have to look at his buddies' Twitters to find out how long, because he's gone and you can't look at his. But I think I heard a month or something, and going to Texas sometime. Who knows? You have to ask him, okay? He says his DMs are open. I don't know how that works. Maybe he means Facebook. But what did I put out in this video? I put out the fact of the Super Chat Fund drive. Now, there's been some drama that's gone on, and I'll update you very quickly. Like I said, this is just going to be a quick update video. We'll restart our normal live streams and our normal content tomorrow. It's a fitting closing to the story. That's why we'll just move into our next thing from there. Anyway, so this is so last night Steve goes live and basically tells Leslie that she needs to give him the original email, the email that I questioned in that. As you know, if you watch that video, Leslie put out a screenshot of an email and it was fake. Well, everything leads to it being fake, as in the picture of it. It has, you know that YouTube uses bots when they give out their email strikes, and they don't misspell words, and there were misspellings, there were grammatical errors, there were things bold that shouldn't be, other things that should be bold that weren't, right? And I basically said, hey, Social Blade, your channel showing the video up doesn't make sense. Please give us some more evidence, because it makes you look guilty of lying about this. Now, Leslie took the opposite route. She deleted her channel when I put this video out. While I was making this video, she took her channel down after people started criticizing her for, if I remember correctly. You got to watch the video to get the accurate timeline. I'm remembering it all. Either way, her channel goes down instead of her proving that the email went through, right? Long story short, though, last night, Steve is demanding this evidence from her. He gives her a timeline. He says by noon today. Now, Leslie, of course, I don't think he really meant that. I think he was just saying he needs it by then. I'm not going to hold him for that. Who cares? Leslie does 3 streams last night. Now, I actually reacted to one of those. I should just pull up one of those streams. We should just stay live tonight, and I should just stream my ass off. But for the sake of a short stream explaining everything, you know, long story short, Leslie does 3 streams where she blames everybody but herself. She takes no responsibility for anything she did. She states that even when people really, you know what, actually, I might as well just tell you this, because as much as I want to kind of give Leslie the benefit of the doubt, it would be a disservice to everybody involved in the story if I did. Because she basically lied about me a lot in her streams. So, okay. In her video, she says the reason that she backed away and blocked Steve was because he would try to change her mind if she talked to him. And that's literally from her own mouth on her Instagram, which we have backed up. I will show you this eventually. At 10:20, agreement was to bring Steve, Katie Joy's viewers, literally. Leslie admits, and I do think this is why this blow-up happened today and why we're at the point we're at. Leslie goes live on Insta and admits that the entire agreement was that Steve was going to use Leslie. Leslie was going to bring Steve Katie's viewership. This is out of Leslie's mouth. She's literally said this. Now, at 12:50, she then states that Steve would try to get her to continue with this. It's another reason why she stopped talking to Steve, okay? She sent Steve a video of the email. So she took a video of that fake email and sent it to Steve. And I think that's when Steve woke up and said, oh my God, it's fake. But then again, I think he knew beforehand. And then explaining how she sent Steve video email. I'm not KJ. Do you really think I would do this? Those are just some key points that are coming from Leslie Bass's Instagrams. There's so much more. I went through it, and she repeats a lot how she's mad that I got involved. I don't even know who this UNIRock guy is. You know, he gets involved, and then all of this happens, and it's like, no, I got involved and I did what any other YouTuber would do. I showed the evidence. I asked you to prove yourself or to admit that you lied. That way we could all move on. Of course, I do think that that email was fake. I do think that Leslie is defending herself the way she is because she's guilty. And I only think that because in those 3 Instagram streams, instead of her coming out and showing evidence that would exonerate her, she fights with the live chat for an entire hour or 2 hours. No, it was 2 hours. One of them was. She's fighting with the live chat about how the email is real. And it's like, okay, you're literally telling us you have it. But instead of showing it, you're fighting with us. Long story short, though, finally the next... I didn't say okay, Google. Shut up. My phone... Did I say okay, Google? Okay. Oh, now it's coming on again. Stop. It's so sensitive. Those phones are so sensitive. Back to what I was talking about. Damn it. Busy. Handle your robot. Where was I? Leslie's 3 live streams on Insta. Basically, after she's done with them, after she blames me for everything, she takes no responsibility. She tries to basically say that she's not lying, that she did lose her channel because of the reasons that she stated. It must just be a crazy error that Social Blade shows that her video didn't go down, that we saw that her video didn't go down, and that we know that she deleted the video on the 14th of December when she claims it was struck on November 28th. I don't care. So then Steve eventually puts out a post on social media. I have it, but fuck it. I don't care. He states in the video, or he states in the post, that basically he's tried to get the email from Leslie, but she won't give it to him. He wants to clear their names, but Leslie won't give it up, and now he doesn't care anymore. He's done. Then not long later, what I just read to you, he puts out. Did I finish that? I don't think I did. Let's finish this up. All right. Leaving all discussion involving Katie, Joy, or UNIRock or anything related. I tied up loose ends best I could. Please don't try to drag me back in. Messages related to any of this will go unanswered. I just want out. If I had hosted the Super Chat drive like you did and blamed it on Katie when she had nothing to do with it, yeah, I want out too. I deactivated my Twitter and Instagram and permanently deleted my main Instagram. I didn't even know you had secret Instagrams. I don't think anyone cares. I left any group relating to KJ, Uni, or Teen Mom. So, it's weird. I just think it's weird in the first place. This is why social media is evil, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but you spend too much time on anything, and it can kind of get you caught up in it. It can get you evil. It can get you obsessed. I think social media is the devil. At least Twitter is. But anyway, why are you in groups that are dedicated to me? Why are you in uni groups? Why am I not in uni groups? Why have not you invited me to these uni groups? What's wrong with you guys to have groups about me? I'm not even that big of a YouTuber, y'all. I get being in a Teen Mom group if you're a fan of Teen Mom, though. So you do your thing. I deactivated I read that. Okay. I gave the group without a freaking clue to Tina, I'll cut you, and left it. I'm sure she will continue the good fight. Please help her in that. This is the most disgusting part of it, okay? He basically wants out of talking about Katie. Okay, fine. But at least, see, I stood up to him and said, I am challenging your claims that Katie did these things. I had 4 major points that he made that caused the entire drama. And I stood up and challenged them and said, you're lying about them. So these claims cannot continue to be used against her. Now, because Steve led the charge against Katie, I do think any good person, any non-coward would finalize it. Like, actually sit down with people, discuss those 4 points, and be able to exit it with everyone in agreement whether Katie deserves the criticism on those 4 things or not. Instead, he's just peacing out. Whatever. Why, though, are you still going to try to instigate hate toward Katie when you're admitting that you're dipping? If you're going to dip out. Tell them all, look, we lost. This sucks. We ripped off the community. We got busted, and now our Katie hate train has come crumbling down. Don't sit here and try to instigate other people to helm your fight for you and continue your fight so that you can just dip out. It's just disgusting, in my opinion. Please help her in that. Literally telling people, so what is the good fight? So what he gave without a freaking clue is what he's talking about. A group created to hate on Katie. He has been busted creating false evidence against Katie and all the main points against her. So he gives the group to someone else and then tries to incite his psycho followers to continue hating on Katie even though he's dipping. It's ridiculous. It's insanity. It's worse than Flat Earth. At least Flat Earthers are just sitting around drinking the damn Flat Earth Kool-Aid. Literally, these guys are sitting around trying to hate on somebody, and they can't even make a good argument towards their main criticisms. It just, don't understand it, y'all. Cheshire and I will adjust Caffeine Corner and be discussing more topics relating to educational or least informative next year. So I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know what that means. I think that, you do what you want, man. It's sad that it turned out this way. It's crazy you pushed it this far. It's insane you stood against my criticism like you did. And I do think it will be the thing that exposes this entire little bubble you've built around yourself. It already has, so. Non Sequitur is still in limbo, but again, I can only do so much now. This is the most shocking thing in the whole damn thing. This whole Katie spat, it sucks. It reveals some disgusting things that are going on. But then, Non Sequitur is still in limbo. What happened to you telling all of us that you'd won? That is weird. Okay? I'm not going to make statements on that, but at least this whole situation may make me rethink if Kyle Curtis actually had a good reason to stop working with Steve. He did really shitty in breaking it up and really shitty in whatever happened in the end, but it does make me rethink whether or not Kyle made the decision to get Steve out of there based on a good reason. But that doesn't mean, though, that I think that it's like, how did the court thing change from I've won to limbo like this? I don't know. I'm going to go on vacation to Texas and get back to things like Ask a Philosopher with Nick. Nick, I hope you get away from him and just do your own thing, man. Everybody else is. I don't know why you're doing this. My advice to you as a friend, I did look at you as a friend, Nick. My advice to you would be, like, I know you don't care what I think. I'm still going to say it. Get away from him and do your channel. It's a good channel. You don't have to have him to succeed on YouTube. Got me? DEFCON 1 Science with Landon and John Kroon. I don't even know why these guys are even bothering, but whatever. Perhaps some other things as well. And, of course, Rum and Coke Night. Gotta have our drink on at some time. Please respect my decision. Now, this is the most, disturbing part. I'm not gonna rage on him because this is bad and dumb. Let me hit my nicotine. Hold up. I told myself I wouldn't yell while I'm on YouTube. Please respect my decision to bow out of this. It pushed me past the point of being comfortable to say that I'm okay, and I made a promise to Heathen, Sweet Heathen, that I would take action if it ever got to that point. This is what I was trying to tell you during my live streams, during my criticism stream, when I went to your channel that night. You sicked your trolls on me. Remember that night after I criticized you? This is what I was telling you this whole time. So all that happened was you're going to do what I initially told you needed to do after you've exposed yourself to the community doing all these horrible things. Damn, man. Imagine if you would have taken my advice. Just imagine if instead... Okay, so let's just do a little bit of a rewind really quick. Let's ask ourselves a couple dumb questions like, you know, when Uni was coming to you saying, literally, and it's recorded on your channel, I'm on your channel telling you... Now, I know you had people like Golden Unicorn and Chesh that were giving you bad advice, telling you, no, you got to keep pushing, you got to keep attacking, go, go, go. Could you imagine what would have happened if when I criticized Steve and I went over to his channel right afterwards because he was like begging all this crap, blowing up and begging to come on the show, and I go to his channel, I connect to him. Could you imagine if I'm like, Steve, I'm taking a break for a couple days. You need to take a break for a couple days. It's obvious that everybody needs to chill for a few days and process all of this and all that. And that was the beginning of the blow up. Me taking that like 13 hours sleep that I took then, I woke up to him having attacked me for 13 hours straight. It's what started all of the craziness that ensued. Could you imagine what would have happened if instead he would have been like, you're taking a break too, Uni? Okay, I will too. Could you imagine? Isn't it weird how things end up working out? You know what I mean? Isn't it freaking crazy, y'all? Please respect my decision to bow out of all of this. No, I won't. I won't just... If you would have solved this, if you wouldn't have left this hole, you've basically lobbed all these crazy accusations at Katie. Finally, when somebody stands up and they say, these accusations are bunk, instead of you hearing me out, hearing what I have to say, giving some counterpoints to what my points are, you've completely ignored the videos that I've made expressing those points, and yet attacked me for 2 straight weeks. Now, before you, like, fix any of the crap you've done, figure out what the hell the truth is, or before you actually at least look at the evidence that I've brought out and weigh in on it accordingly, you're just going to walk away and act like none of this ever happened. But that's what every YouTube scammer does. Some of you aren't going to like me for saying this. I don't care. Sorry, this needs to be said. We have exposed several people on our show, Red Pill to Pay the Bills. We don't really do it that much anymore because YouTube doesn't like it if you talk about conspiracy theories, even to debunk them, as we all know, being in this community of debunking. Those type of conspiracies, they're really strict on. But when we used to do it, every time we would bust somebody like April Lejeune, remember when she was, there was this girl named April Lejeune. We had Virgo Triad on. Virgo had busted her for fooling her audience into paying $500 so she could send money into the government and get $1 million off their secret bank account attached to their social security number. Remember how we exposed her with Virgo Triad, and she ends up dipping out for a long time, not talking about that anymore, and then, you know, acting like it didn't happen, just moving on. Remember when I've exposed like every other person that we've called out? That ends up what they do when they get caught, right? Remember Robert Q sent me. Oh, by the way, some of you wanted me to explain this anyway. He was the guy who says that I drove him to suicide. Actually, he didn't even check into the hospital that night. He lied about it, and this is evident in the fact that he's still alive and tried to come back on social media 3 different times, but is left every time because of how big of a pushback he gets from the community due to ripping the community off. Now, what did Robert Q sent me do? He took money under false pretenses. That's what he did. So it's pretty obvious. He took money under false pretenses. All of this leads back to people taking money under false pretenses. When they get busted, they just bug out. They just take off. They act. Now, the sad part is, for some people that do this, they lay low for a while, and when they come back, they ignore that big thing they got busted for, and then some of their audience members who didn't catch a certain stream or two don't even know about it, and that's why they do it. They know they can dip. They know they can minimize the damage. Like, let's say they want to minimize their other subscribers searching for what's going on. They want to make sure the people that pay, who are busy with Christmas, busy with the new year, not watching YouTube right now, who help pay the bills, that they don't take a look and see all the other things that are happening. They don't want anyone to know about this drama now because it'll always lead back. Any new subscriber, any new patron, any new donator who finds out about the drama in any shape or form that has to do with me and Katie now will eventually bump into the super chat drive being exposed as fraudulent, which, by the way, is what triggered all of this to happen. Versus Mode Part 2. This one addresses how this is fake. They took fake emails, framed Katie with those fake emails, tried to make it look like she did the strike, didn't do their due diligence in checking to see, didn't try to, make sure it was actually Katie that took down her channel, and then took $1,000 some from the community under those false pretenses. And everybody's agreeing with me now. When I put this video out, I was the evil big bad UNIRock, like always. As time goes on, as more and more creators weigh in, more and more creators will say, that is fucked up, and in the future, it'll be looked back on as a scam. So I already know that. When I put out these kind of videos, I tell you all, when they initially come out, it's going to take time for people to get in there, to see them, to process it, to be able to get in their head like, whoa, what am I even thinking? That is messed up. It is messed up to clickbait Katie's name. It is messed up to take that money under false pretenses. Why in the hell didn't we stand up against this when it happened, right? And I know why, and I'm not blaming anyone, but I'm telling you, this will be the thing that is constantly looked back on with Steve, or even Leslie if she tries to continue on. I don't know if she will. And they will always look back on this one thing and say, don't trust them. You never know if they're telling the truth. You never know if they're lying. They're willing to frame other creators as liars and evil and bad guys. They're willing to attack anyone that criticizes them. And typically that happens when there's something in the background they don't want you to know about. And that's pretty much where we're at here, in my opinion. But he wants us to respect his decision to bow out of all of this. And I'm just here to tell you, Steve, no. It pushed me past, I promised Sweet Heathen I would take action if it got to that point. It got to that point months ago, Steve. We've all been telling you, from your most hardcore friends all the way over to your internet buddies like me and other YouTubers, all the way over to your freaking viewership. Everybody's been telling you it's been at this point for months. You went past the point of no return. You literally have done things no good person would ever do, even when they're pushed to their limit and it's exposed something really fucked up from you. The best situation for me is to drop out and go back to the shit I enjoyed doing. Here is to 2020. Now, there is one other thing that's happened. In me seeing Steve put out this, there was another little meme that I saw out on Twitter, thanks to Negative. And I'll get all the super chats when I'm done with this part. Go to the live chat, and then I'm outie. So this is how bad. Hey, thanks for joining. I'll check the members and shout you guys out too in a minute. So this is a meme that's out on social media, and it was posted by this person, Little Red. Teen Mom Sense. Teen Mom Sense, Little Red, who ironically is another person that talks Teen Mom that is in direct competition to Katie. Now, I know how some drama communities work, and I do think that these drama communities, they do things that some other communities would just consider dastardly as hell. You got me? So, let's take a look at what this says. I just want to schmexually schmolest kids when I get old. Oh, shit. I'm already old. So, it's not a funny meme. And you're asking yourself, why the hell does this meme exist? She couldn't have said that. Well, let's hear what she actually said. And then you yourself can look at how far all of these people have gone to turn into liars and trolls because they don't like the fact that Katie is getting 9 million views a month. And this happens to a lot of big creators. It's just that normally other creators stand up and get this shit in check and call out this dumb shit. So let's take a look at what she actually said. All right. I got it right here. Let's play the audio for you. This is the audio that they're referring to in that meme. Here we go.
I look forward to naps. You know what I really look forward to? When I get old, I want to be the old grandma that like sexually harasses the young boys that walk by. I don't even care. Because I feel like
She says, when I get older, I want to be the grandma who sexually harasses the young boys that walk by. She's literally commentating on being a cougar and making a joke. Now, normally, if you want to make a meme about that, you would do something that's kind of funny and kind of like whatever, but literally, it's just not even, it's changing words to try and frame her to seem worse than she was. Underneath the tweet, there are people like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. But that's not what she said. You just heard what she said, okay? Literally a joke. We can't even joke anymore because Teen Mom Sense is such an SJW that she thinks that, you know, she has to go batshit crazy over this shit and frame it up as some kind of sick meme just to make her look bad. That is what I was saying about all 4 points that were used to drive the trend behind this issue. And it's true. Just like the main thing that started it all, that she falsely struck and stopped Leslie from making money for her kid's Christmas and therefore needs a fund drive that is just hours of bashing her, hours of talking about how she's stopping these 6 kids from having a Christmas, when the truth is that it was the kid's mother who stopped them from her mother streaming. In fact, there was no impact on their Christmas whatsoever because when this happened, their November paycheck was already coming on December 21st. It didn't even make sense. It made no sense on so many levels. And every one of the points that they used to drive the trend of hatred against her was exactly the same. And that's what I was trying to tell you by slowing the stuff down, going through it step by step, looking at the truth. Because as long as you're presented what's true about this, you then can make up your mind and feel okay with what you decide. But a lot of you made up your mind and you already decide something about the situation and you're willing to just hate everyone else that says, slow the hell down. It doesn't make sense. None of this adds up. And before you start judging people to be, you know, stoned in the street, let's put ourselves in that person's shoes. You'd want people to slow down and check things and make sure. Hearing what she said, I don't think she should be hated for, but and you'll say, but this meme isn't completely hating her. No, the problem with this meme is that it is literally lying about what she said to make it look worse so they can use it against her. That's just this entire situation summed up in a nutshell. That's what's gone on this entire time. She didn't false strike Leslie Bass. She doesn't, these things that are, does she deserve some regular criticism? We all do. You do too. Any of you out there, how about Teen Mom Sense? I wonder what kind of criticism you would deserve. Right? You get where I'm coming from now. I'm not saying don't joke. I'm not saying don't criticize. Get it out. Get it out there and do it. Do not spend 7 months, though, crafting a well-placed narrative in the community. Use fake evidence and contrived, created things to drive a hate mob at someone so that you can sit at the top of the hate mob and do what other people like even Cheshire is trying to do, because I'm sitting there jabbing at Steve for running away. Cheshire's trying to call in the SJW hate mob on me for that. And Chesh, I'm sorry, I had you wrong. I thought you actually tried to think through these things. If you're that kind that incites the big hate mob at you, literally without even wanting to talk things out, think things through, or realize the truth behind things, well then, I just misjudged you. And you're welcome to hate me for the rest of my life or the rest of yours. I'm fine with that. So the whole end point is, now his Twitter's gone. He won't be harassing her through that. His Instagram's gone. He can't harass her through that. And he's promised that his channel will never mention me or her again. The Great Debate Community channel, the Steve McRae channel, won't even mention us ever again. It looks like Non Sequitur fans are going to get back what they wanted. Steve McRae doing regular content. it looks like Katie is going to get what she wanted, which is for this bullshit to stop. If you want to criticize her, do it. If you have an issue with her, fine. Don't just quit the targeted constant harassment. But what's the saddest part of this story? Instead of him listening to me weeks ago when I came to him as a friend, looked him in the face, and was one of his only friends that was willing to tell him the truth about the situation, he pressed forward so hard that now there is a DA and an investigator in on this. And they're trying to do an investigation to figure out whether or not the 7-year-old and Katie had any crimes committed against them because of the level of harassment in this story. That's the sad part. Another sad part is a lot of you wanted Steve to get back non sequitur. I at one point did too. Of course, I don't care now because of the way he just completely lied about me and created a narrative out there about me. I don't care, but you did. You watched non-sec. You want him to have it back. Another huge part of this is Kyle still does have time to swoop in and try to prevent Steve from getting the channel back. And at least when the judge tries to order YouTube to hand over non-sec, if that happens, Kyle now can petition YouTube to look at Steve McRae's behavior on the platform for the last 7 months and weigh them against it. In fact, if I was Steve, I wouldn't even want YouTube looking at my channel with their new policies. In fact, let me pull them up. I just need to read them to you really quick because I know everybody out there is like, Uni hates Steve. He's the worst guy in the world. Actually, I tried in my damnedest to try to help him, and you know that. YouTube blog, December 2019. Here it is. Oh, yeah, there it is. So let me find this here. An update to our harassment policy on December 11th. Over the last several years, we have worked to improve the way we manage content on YouTube by quickly removing it when it violates our community guidelines and reducing borderline content, raising authoritative voices, and blah, blah, blah. Today, we're announcing policy product changes, update how we tackle, ironically, harassment. What is the change? A stronger stance against threats and personal attacks. Remove videos that explicitly threaten, blah, blah, blah. But beyond threatening, there's also demeaning language that goes too far. To establish a criteria, we are building upon a framework for their policy. We will no longer allow content that maliciously insults somebody based on protected attributes such as these. And if you exhibit a pattern of harassing behavior, something that we've heard from our creators is that harassment sometimes takes the shape of a pattern of repeated behavior across multiple videos, even if any individual video doesn't cross the line. So they're saying that, yes, you could do one video and criticize someone, a couple videos if it's extreme, but it maybe, how about over 7 months streaming for a combined total of 300 and some odd hours against one creator based on their child being sick, their looks, but based on all these things, it fits these new policies more than perfect. It's the only channel that I can find that actually fits these policy changes. So, in reality, the irony behind all of this, the irony behind the whole situation, Steve's friends were too scared. They were too much of being cowards to even stand up publicly to criticize him, knowing it had gone too far and knowing that criticizing him publicly would be a big shock to him that might shake him out of it. There was only one dude that even cared enough to try to stand up to him. And after he started attacking me, and the extent that he went to lying about me after he attacked me, though, I really wish I wouldn't have fought for him at all in the beginning of all of it. I wish I would have just started off exposing him after I realized what he was, instead of spending another solid week reaching out to him, thinking that his attacking me was some kind of like weird thing. What's even sicker than everything I've shown you to now, to close out this horrible story, one of the people that Steve says has trolled him for a very long time is named Heretic. And he did a video called History Repeats. Now, Heretic also did a video that I thought was kind of jokey and memey and wasn't that funny. So I never really watched his videos. Once I went in and watched this video, it all becomes so clear. Because in this video, you notice that, remember that post that I just showed you from Steve writing this in 2019 going into 2020? Steve has written a similar post in 2017 going into 2018, 2018 going into 2019, and now 2019 going into 2020, and some people say even earlier he's written them. I don't know, and other posts like this too, but it is exactly the same. It's the end of the year. He has attacked a bunch of people. He acts like he's the arbiter of who of who's right and who's wrong and what's right and what's wrong because he's smarter than everybody else. Everybody else just calling him a big meanie. Everybody else is wrong. He's right. He's moving on because of it. Same thing in every one of these letters that Steve has put out over the years. One of the most informative videos I've seen on the platform in a while. I just shared it out to my Twitter timeline. If you want to sit down and take a look at it, I do suggest that you do if you've ever followed Steve McRae. Because once you watch videos like this, you got to find the specific ones, but once you do, you understand why he has a group of people that have criticized him as long as they do. They've been doing it for an actual good reason. But when you have Steve very specifically picking certain things these guys have said, twisting it to seem like it's something it's not, you start dismissing their criticism. The other thing from today is that yesterday, one day ago, thank God, it's finally starting to get some views. Anti-Ordinary did a video, Steve McRae, the SJW Boomer, and it is amazing. And it details a conversation that Steve had with Anti-Ordinary over the last couple days where he just completely throws away one of his friends. I wasn't the only friend that he stabbed in the back and just attacked and lied about and mocked and put down. There's another Anti-Ordinary, and if you haven't seen this video, I implore you to watch it. It explains so much of a bigger piece to the puzzle that's even more possible. I know you're probably thinking to yourself, it's not even possible to even have a bigger piece. Now, some people have had some questions for me, and I'm going to go ahead and get to them really fast so we can move on this weekend, get back to our regular content, get back to our normal stuff, our normal boring content. And don't worry, we'll have another investigation / response to do in the future when the next community calls upon us to help and weigh in, just like this one did. Yes, Steve asked me to weigh in on this. I had ignored this shit for months until he asked me to. Like a ding-dong, I said yes. Some people have asked me if I'm really leaving the community. Yes. Doesn't mean I'll ever stop working with certain people or not. Team, I love Team. I'll have him on the show anytime he wants on. Just had Fight, messaging me earlier. BlueMarbleScience is hitting me up. I've literally heard from so many creators that nothing really is changing. There are just a few people out there that for some reason have decided to take Steve's side to heart on everything and make vast judgments about it. Like the YouTube channel, I'm not stating every one of them. I still love certain members of the shills, but I will not support the channel anymore, or as a collective, I will not support their channel anymore. And I meant what I said on Twitter, so sorry. This is just it's just something I'm doing. It's for good reason. If you want to sit down and talk to me about it, you can get a hold of me. It's a thing that happened when the leader of the shills and one of his buddies were kind of like doing a stream about all of this, and I let it go. I didn't care. I said, hey, they had this thing set up. They're obviously they're just kind of going along with the conversation. No big deal. But it was what happened in a second stream that led me to make that decision. Doesn't mean I hate them. Doesn't mean that no, all I did was rescind my support for them. I had given my support and led a good couple hundred of my followers at least over there to watch their stuff, okay? And if they're going to bash me, and if they're going to talk shit on me, and if they're going to, not even have a single care in the world to come talk or hear my side, then yes, I can rescind my support for them without it being a big drama bomb and without it being the end of the world. And yes, I am doing that. It's just something I'm just telling you. Hey, whatever. If you watch me, and you heard me shift you over there to see them, I'm just telling you I don't support them anymore. That's not telling you not to. I'm just being honest. So there it is. It's out in the open. It's done. I'm not going to name any of the other creators out there that I won't that I have an issue with or I won't talk to over this. They know who they are, and it's all good. They don't like me. Now I know the truth, and now I'll be able to make up my mind whether I work with them or support them or like them and know the truth. Because ironically, these are people who came to me, talked to me, wanted to interact with me, and then in the end had ended up, I guess, had something against me the whole time in the background. You know, all those times you were on my show or maybe talked to me, you could have just said something. You could have just said, I would have just said, okay, bye. I have no desire to talk people into streaming with me or coming over here and hanging. And also, I've got no desire to force myself out onto any channel. It really doesn't bother me. I've been in so many different communities since I've been on YouTube, and I get along across the many of them. Of course, though, I am going to speak up, weigh in, give my opinion when things happen. So the fact is, certain people can't handle it. I guess. I don't know. It's up to you to make up your mind there. All I can tell you is what's going on and the evidence that's there and let you make up your mind. And it's what I've done on YouTube for 3.5 years. So let's go to the live chat and then let's head to the after show. One thing though, I'm like ride or die, right? I'm going to work things out with anybody other than the ones who just won't be straightforward with me, okay? That's it. That's the only thing that dictates the other way, just so you know. All right, let me reload my live chat here so I can get this thing pumping, talk to you guys for a second, and we will jump out. We will jump out. Is that Hannah? Oh my God, Hannah, where have you been? My goodness, it's been a minute. Good to see you. Well, that just made my night. Good to see you, Hannah. Hi, Nicole, Ashton, good to see you. Hey, Mark. Hey, Snow Dog. Rachel J, good to see you. Hey, Phil. Mad props for keeping it real and staying true under massive pressure. Much love. Same right back at you, my buddy. Right back at you, big dog. Good stream, Uni. Thanks, Britt. Appreciate you. Great breakdown. Thanks for this. Anytime progressive liberal. Trolls make me giggle, said Jesse Bear. Me too. Carl, good to see you. Hey, I wish I could say your last name. Christofferson. Wham. Damn, I did it that time. Jesus, Uni, I've been talking for 2 days in Discord. I just saw you talking tonight. I know. I don't read Discord, so. Rockman Video Tech. Can you unblock me? Email me, UNIRocktv@gmail.com. I'll unblock you, yes. You just have to give me your name on YouTube so I can unblock you. Okay, why is your tone and language against Steve different depending on what platform you are broadcasting? YouTube demonetizes us if we yell and scream and curse over here. I don't think have you guys not paid attention to YouTube? We get demonetized here for curse words, for like weird, extreme content. I'm pretty upfront about why. Nice, thanks, says Carl. Anytime. I finally got your name right. What is Mixer? Sorry, I'm old. I don't know. Mixer is this really awesome streaming platform. Let me show you. Let's just say I've learned a lot about how YouTube works in the last last year and a half since they've added the dreaded function called demonetization. And YouTube is like the sanitized platform now. You got to come over here. You can't really get like crazy and yell and scream. Now, if you look at my old streams, you'll see it. But you know how if you're not a creator, you don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Demonetization is basically where when your video gets demonetized, let's say I'd make $1,000 on one video. If it was demonetized, I'd be lucky to make $10. That's like no exaggeration either. So demonetization is the most weird thing to cope with. Sometimes you see creators that can drop F-bombs and curse and they're monetized. I've noticed on this channel, if I curse, then if I get angry, if I curse, it's like I get demonetized instantly. So, okay. This is Mixer. The reason why it's so cool is because it's done by Microsoft and it's almost instantaneous. So when you stream on YouTube, there's usually a 1 to 3 second delay. When you stream on Twitch, there's like a 1 to 2 second delay. It's almost completely instantaneous on Mixer because Microsoft has a giant framework built in the United States, at least. I don't know about other countries, but here there's this huge framework built by Microsoft and it's just instant. Also, they offer the highest bit rate to stream. So when I'm streaming on YouTube, I send 5,000K a second, 5 megabits a second up to YouTube. If I stream on Mixer, I can send 10. Now, I don't usually send 10, but you can, which is just amazing. And it makes your stream much clearer. It makes it much more focused. Like the tinier like pixels of a stream are much clearer. And Mixer has basically the most, you get what I'm saying? Okay, I got it. All right. Mage Grey Wolf says censor tube. Yeah, I've said things like MSM tube, because they get to curse all they want and we can't. They get to talk about any subject they want. If I say the wrong keyword, I get demonetized. You guys that watched my channel have heard me complain about this so much, I don't even want to complain about it. Anti does have a great video. I kind of left a short book reply on it from my other account, lol. Yeah, it's so good. And one thing that's cool about Anti is that, one, the bird. I love the bird. I need a bird. In fact, Busy I should just make Busy a bird. Busy's afraid of birds. I'm not telling them what you said. Birds eat bread. You know how like when you go to the park, you can feed bread to like the geese or the pigeons? He's terrified of birds. I won't get into it. Hashim says, I'll stay here to support you as good as I can do, Uni, no matter what's going on. Well, make sure you call me out when I'm wrong. But, yeah, that works. Scott DeLion got kicked. I wonder what happened there. Cynthia says, this is depressing. I see a certain individual stir the pot everywhere. I'm sick of it. We're in real science denial and climate change trouble. Why are we letting them divide and conquer us? Well, around here, this is what we do. I weigh in to solve a situation like I did when Fight the Flat Earth was getting attacked by AT2 Productions and Look a Pig. I weighed in, and regardless of what they say about it, they don't attack it. They don't attack Fight the Flat Earth anymore. You know, we solved that situation. I looked at this situation. I show you what I've found. Steve backs away and vows to never speak of me or Katie ever again. So I don't think that needs to be the outcome in this situation, but it's resolved at least. So I think the outcome needs to be actually discussing those points that they used against Katie, them hearing out where they are provably wrong and correcting it so that they call off their troll force. But now that the platform is getting involved with this, there's no worry to it anyway. So this resolution, hopefully we saved the situation from platform censorship. Platform censorship was coming, and the authorities weighing in are now inevitable. So hopefully we've at least saved, no matter what we do, the authorities are going to weigh in, and they're going to do their investigation. hopefully me weighing in, this thing getting resolved is now going to stop the platform of censorship. You know, YouTube or Patreon weighing in and affecting things permanently, right? The whole cancel culture thing, right? Ironically, the person calling for cancel culture may get canceled in this with no one being able to weigh in to choose it. I don't want that, no matter how I feel. I don't even want my worst rival on YouTube to be censored unless, of course, they're like doing the worst possible things you could do. You get it, though. So hopefully things are, you know, going to resolve. But at the very least, though, we've done our job. My job is to come in. It's to not be afraid to stand up and show you what's there, show you the evidence, show you, you know, what the one side is hiding, what another side is saying, you know, not being afraid to do those things, not caring how trolls act, not caring how they react, just giving it to you straight out. So I did that. You would think in a community that claims, and this is what's been exposed, another reason why this is going to be one of those points of contention is that not the entire debunking community by far, not the entire, but this pocket of the debunking community, Sean Hufford, AT2 Productions, Steve, some of the people that, you know, really buckled down on the logical insanity here, they have been exposed to being worse than even like the teen mom drama community when it comes to cancel culture, when it comes to drama, when it comes to being like lying to try to push a narrative. And that has been exposed. And I think that you're seeing a lot of the trolls lose their shit because they know that in the future now, they've lost their power to keep going around affecting people. If you look at this community also, ever since I've come into it, I've been seeing these same people behind every little thing that happens. Every one of these dramas. Every time there's one of these guys getting attacked, you can almost just be like, oh yeah, I bet one of these guys are involved. And then lo and behold, one of them is at the core of the situation. When I talked about how Look-a-Pig was a porn bomber, provably that he admitted to it months ago and showed him admitting to it, it was met with the biggest pushback because, hey, we don't want people to know that. So it's exposed the willingness of certain people in this community to hide behind other people and troll their asses off, while at the same time standing up in front of everyone and screaming, don't troll me or don't troll him. You know, just a lot of hypocrisy was exposed is what I'm saying. It's ironic, but it's there. So now that that's out, now that the Band-Aid is ripped off, these guys can go around kicking and screaming, and like Steve can throw as many fits as he wants in the future. Everybody's just going to treat him like a 2-year-old wanting his foofy, his baba, his blankie. You know, Look-a-Pig and Sean and AT2, they can run around and try to attack other people from behind the scenes and stir the pot as much as they want, and everybody's going to know, huh, those guys are at it again. Damn kids. They're just going to lose their ability to affect the situation by trolling now that it's been shown in the forefront, which is something needed to happen anyway. Regardless of how they like me or not, it's out now, and in the future they won't have that power. They are trying to mass report you now. Well, put that evidence in my Discord. Meet me on my Discord after this stream, because I got a contact at YouTube, and they really don't like when people, you know, try these different games. So I'll hook you up with an email address. I'll get a hold of someone for you. Because back when I debunked QAnon, that shit was happening to me every freaking week. No joke. And of course I could get the issue resolved quickly, but it would always suck. So I have a little I have a leg up on getting that handled. So what is a porn bomber? Okay, I'll take that as the last question before I jump out. A porn bomber is somebody who joins in a live stream, like for like in the Google Hangout days, you could share your screen, right? So a porn bomber is somebody that would that would join a chat, or they would join a group call or a group talk, and they would talk the person running it into letting them share their screen, and then they would throw porn up on it so that they could try and get somebody's channel in trouble, right? It's called porn bombing, so, you know. Anyway, the trolls have been unmasked, and fortunately here at the end of the story, oh, by the way, Anti-Ordinary is putting out an entire video on the entire Super Chat drive thing and all that too, so keep an eye out because, you know, one thing Anti-Ordinary does is stay calm through the whole thing. I typically don't do that as much, so, you know, I think that Anti offers a really nice piece to the puzzle here. And, oh, this weekend we'll go in a little deeper on how BlueMarbleScience instigated this dude to delete his channel. I think now let me do the last thing I promised I would do, which is check my super chats and shit before we jump, because I don't want to forget, and I will forget if I don't get her done. Okay, so Kristen upgraded membership to the Rocket Squad. Thank you, Kristen. And Single Now sent me a sticker that says, "Hey you." Well, hey you. Banjojo, hey, I'm sorry I need to go do kitchen things, but hugs, Unifam. Well, hugs right back at you. And Nicole Ashton, thanks for joining the channel. I really appreciate it. I mean it from the bottom of my heart because that's how we support our show. All right, y'all. This is the official end to this shitty story. We will have a discussion with Katie, who is without a crystal ball, this weekend on our show. We're going to have Katie on to talk, and we're just going to have a discussion for a little bit, and we're going to do it live. I think I'm going on Katie's channel, too, sometime this weekend. Keep an eye out for that. We're just going to talk about everything and what we think. I'll look at that in a second. What else we got going on? That'll be the, you know, that'll be the afterthoughts of the whole situation. So, anyway, and I'll do a video sum up about a month from now, you know, get the whole thing summed up. Let me find that last one before we roll. I just heard something come through. Let me check. Insidious said something, but I can't see it. Maybe I can find it in the live chat. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Membo, when you was having an argument with Steven, and he was there, and I thank you for not being a yes man, and even he said he didn't want him. Insidious, I'm member. All right, y'all. Am I doing a New Year's Eve stream? Yes, actually. Hold on. Wait. It depends on where the kids are. Let me think. Hold up. What day is it? Hold on. Oh, actually, I think I am, but it's subject to future announcement, all right? So it's highly possible, but it is subject to a future announcement. So, all right, you guys, I'm kicking D Live on now for the after show, and I am going to shut off the YouTube stream in just a moment. But before I go, hold on, I gotta find a certain song here. Hold up. It starts with a P. It has to be right here. LMNOP. LMNOP. It's not there, dude. What the hell? Right when you need it. Here, Busy, give me another song. Kind of heartfelt. Oh my god, that is not heartfelt. That's elevator music. Ya ding dong. Okay. Oh, nope. Okay, got my outro. Yep, we're good. I just want to say thanks to all of you guys that remained open-minded, that remained unbiased, that did their best to take a look at the evidence, make up their mind, who didn't let their allegiance to a certain YouTuber or another influence the way they felt about whether the Super Chat drive was right or wrong, and actually looked at the evidence there. I am shocked at how many creators came to talk to me after I said that I was going to leave the community, because I guess they were saying, like, dude, we don't want you to leave the community. What the fuck? And, I mean, it was a lot, so it kind of puts things into perspective. I appreciate you guys. I know I did kind of misspeak there. I'm only leaving that tiny little pocket. I'm just not working with them or talking to them anymore, so nothing to worry about there. I'm still talking to everybody else who I planned on talking with, or anyone else I planned on working with. No hard feelings to anyone. And last but not leastly, if you wanted me to come on your show, make sure you email UNIRocktv@gmail.com. I am behind on my emails, but if you weren't here earlier, sorry to repeat this, every email that was sent to me from 12:01 today on is getting checked first. Then I'm going to go back and hit from like 3-4 days ago up to now so that I can catch up. That'll happen this weekend. Thank you. I'm Audi 5000G. Peace. Hit it. Mixer.com/UniRock for the after show and dlive.tv/UniRocktv. Also, UniRocktv on Twitter and Periscope live now on the after show.